Hello and welcome to this slow, deep stretch to relax the body and calm the mind. Welcome back to Devi Daily Yoga for this practice that is specifically designed to release tension from the whole body. In this yin-inspired sequence, we'll hold poses for 3 to 5 breaths. You will not need any special yoga props, just your yoga mat. So go ahead and roll it out, settle in, and we will begin our slow, deep stretch. We'll begin in child's pose. So place your hands on the ground, knees on the ground, knees about hips width. Send the hips back toward the heels. Let your forehead rest on the floor. Feel the gentle stretch of your back body and feel the length of your spine as you breathe into your back body. As you exhale, soften your body, relax your spine. And take a couple more deep breaths in and out, arriving here on your mat. As you exhale, really lengthening through the spine. Allow the heart to melt down. Take one more breath in to the back. And come up to hands and knees. Place your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And come into a back bend, cow pose. Lift your gaze, roll your shoulders back. And exhale into cat, stretching with a rounded spine. Tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Moving nice and slow as you feel into your spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Finding the back bend. Exhale, round. One more time into the back bend. Inhale. And exhale, round the spine, and let's tuck the toes now and lift the hips up into downward facing dog. Take a few moments in this first dog to walk the legs, bending one knee at a time, stretching into the soles of the feet, the backs of the legs. Good, and now from this dog pose, let's take the feet wider than the hips, about shoulder width apart, and walk the hands back to come into a dangle. Hang over the legs and hold opposite elbows. Let the head release, chin comes toward the chest. Knees can be soft. Gently rock side to side, and really let the weight of your head hang. Breathe into your body, breathe into this traction of the spine, being gently pulled down by gravity. Good, now let's release the hands. Place the hands on the shins and lift up halfway, lengthen your spine and roll your shoulders back. Exhale, soften and release down, chin toward chest. Halfway lift once again, lift and lengthen. Exhale, come back down. Relax the spine, relax the head. And one more time, engaging the spinal muscles to lift up, lengthen the heart forward. And exhale, come back down. Release the weight of the head. And now with the feet wide, lower the hips down into squat. And let your hands come forward, leaning forward as you shift your hips side to side. Getting into the back of the hips, the sacrum. And if it feels good, you can begin to reach one arm back and then the other as you come side to side. Good. Releasing, come back to hands and knees. And from this hands and knees position, take it into melting heart pose. Arms come out in front, sinking the heart down toward the floor. And feel the stretch in the front of the chest, the front of the armpits. And feel this back bend happening in the middle and upper spine. And take a big breath into the lungs. And exhale, softening down through the heart. And one more full breath into the back of the heart. Exhale and release down. And slowly come up to hands and knees, walking the hands back in. And from hands and knees, circle it out, circling the head, circling the ribs and the hip, feeling into your body, letting it move in whatever direction and whatever way feels right. Allowing the breath to flow. Good, and come back to center now. And step your left leg forward into a lunge. Keeping the back knee down, placing the hands on either side of the front foot and lifting up through your chest. Feel the length of the front of the right thigh and the front of the right hip. And take a couple more deep breaths here. Now shift your hips back into half split. Draw the toes back toward you. And relax forward over your leg. And take a couple more breaths here. And from here, we'll shift into a seated position, letting the right knee come out to the side. And flip the leg around so that your right foot comes to your inner upper thigh. And come forward toward the space between the legs for a one-legged forward bend. And breathe into this stretch. Lengthening in the back of the body. Feel the stretch in the spine. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Now let's come up and with the spine upright, bring it into a twist, taking the left hand to the outside of the knee, the right hand behind you on the floor. Use the arms to draw yourself around gently. Feel the twist of the spine in the center of the body. And breathe into the spine. Slowly shift into swan position, turning so that you're facing your right leg. And we'll start with an up swan. Lift up through the chest. Feel a little back bend in the left side of the back, opening up through the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Feel the back leg heavy. Lift the crown of your head for one more inhaling breath. And as you exhale, come down onto the elbows or onto the forehead. Maybe resting the head on the hands or rest the head on the floor. And breathe as you stretch into your right glutes, feeling and sensing into this outer hip stretch. And now slowly come back up. And as you come up, sit over onto the right hip. Bring the back leg around for square, taking left ankle on top of the right knee. Option also to have both feet on the floor for something a little less intense. Then you can choose to sit here with the spine upright or to begin leaning forward, hands on the floor, or perhaps coming down farther. Sensing the stretch in the hips, particularly the left outer hip, the left glutes. Resting here and holding the pose for 3 to 5 breaths. And slowly come up. And from here, take both feet to the floor to cross your ankles and roll forward to return to hands and knees. And from hands and knees, let's find our lunge on the second side, right leg forward. Hands on either side of the foot, lift up through the chest, dropping down through the left hip, lengthening through the front of the left thigh and the front of the left hip. And breathe into this stretch. And with your next exhale, send your hips back for half split. Draw the toes back toward you. Relax forward over the leg. Feel the stretch in the back of the right thigh. Relaxing forward through the shoulders and the head. Beautiful. And now we're going to sit down, taking the left knee out to the side and flip the leg around. Left foot to the inner upper thigh. And let's come forward toward this space between the legs for a beautiful forward bend. Sensing the length and the stretch in the back of the right leg and the back of the torso. And breathe into the whole body. And slowly come up. With the spine up right now, find your twist, taking right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand to the floor behind you, and twist around with the crown of the head lifted up, using gentle traction of the arms to draw yourself around into this twist. And take a breath into the spine as it twists. As you exhale, maybe softening through your twist a little more. And ground down through the hands behind you to transition into up swan. And with the left knee in front of you, lift up through the chest, planting the hands in a supportive place for this back bend, maybe pushing into the ground to lift a little more through the crown of the head and roll the shoulders back. Feeling the stretch and the length in the front of your right thigh and the front of your right hip, getting deep into the psoas with this pose. And taking a couple more breaths in this one-sided back bend. And slowly now come forward, resting on the elbows or resting the head down onto the floor. And now feeling the stretch in the left buttock. Breathe into this outer hip on the left side. And let's slowly come up. And we'll lean over onto the left hip and bring the back leg around for square, taking right ankle on top of left knee or both feet on the floor. Choosing whether you'd like to stay upright or come into the forward bended version of this square pose. And breathing into the stretch you feel in the right thigh, the right glutes, and the right outer hip region. Slowly rise up and take the legs out in front of you, feet flat, knees bent. Take the hands behind you on the floor. We'll lift up into an upside down table pose, hips coming up, head moving back. Lift up a little higher to squeeze your glutes. And exhale, lower the hips back down to the floor. Let's come into butterfly, soles of the feet together. Lean forward over the legs, maybe clasping around the toes, maybe reaching the hands farther forward. Soften down through the spine and relax here for 3 to 5 breaths. And now slowly come up and take the legs straight out in front of you this time. We'll take the hands behind. Once again, this time an upward facing plank. Lift up with the body nice and strong, engaging the legs, engaging the spine muscles and the glutes to lift up nice and high. Head is relaxing back. One more, lift up through the hips. Inhale. And exhale, lower the hips down and drape yourself over your legs in caterpillar. Hold on to your shins, your ankles, or your feet. And as you soften forward over your legs, notice the sensations. Notice where you feel this pose stretching you. Maybe it's the spine and the back body. Maybe it's the back of your legs. Maybe it's your entire back body. Allow your head and neck to relax. Allow your shoulders to relax. And breathe full breaths. And slowly come out of this forward bend and slowly come onto your back. As you come onto your back, bend your knees, hug them in towards your chest, wrapping the arms nice and tight around the legs, and lift your head up towards your knees. Squeeze into a ball, maybe holding opposite elbows. And release your head back down and place your feet on the ground. Preparing for bridge, we'll take the arms down alongside of the body, palms facing down, and the feet close to the glutes, about hips width apart. Inhale the breath. And as you exhale, start to tuck your tail, empty the belly, and lift the hips up, engaging the glutes. And as you release back down, slowly let the hips touch the floor. And we'll lift 2 more times. Coming up and squeezing the glutes and the spine. Lengthen the back of your neck here at the top. Strong legs pressing you up higher. And lower back down. And one last time. Good. Squeezing at the top. Strong legs, strong thighs. Inhale. And exhale to release. Extend your arms and legs, and we'll come into our final relaxation position to integrate everything we've done in this practice. And breathe into the belly and into the heart. Exhale and relax here into gravity. Breathing into whatever sensations of energy you feel. Enjoying this moment of time where the mind is completely absorbed into the sensations of the body. Now breathe into the body and exhale to start wiggling fingers and toes and start stretching out into arms and legs. Bend your knees and slowly make your way to one side. And slowly push yourself up to a comfortable seat. Place the palms together in front of the heart. And we'll close the practice with a big breath, circling the arms around and up, lifting the gaze. Exhale, pull the hands down in front of the heart. And that is our practice. I hope you enjoyed this slow, deep stretch, and I want to thank you for practicing with Devi Daily Yoga. Please be sure to move slowly and gently into the next part of your day. I look forward to practicing with you again the next time we find the mat together.